Hello. In this unit, we're just going to be flat out honest. We're going to talk about realtors and the fact that many of them are flat out lazy. Many of them do not want to work. Many of them don't want to do their job properly. And this will turn into problems for you. What you need to do is you need to have a system. You need to have an approach that will make them feel like you're going to make their life so much easier. One of the things that realtors do is they work too many hours, and a lot of that is just because they're incompetent. And I'm going to say it flat out. A lot of realtors don't have a structured business plan so that they can work a 50, 60 hour week. Instead, they work 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week and go crazy. A smart realtor will get up in the morning, pick up the phone between 7 o'clock to about 11 o'clock, and call on expired for sale by owner listings, and then anything they have left over, they'll do lead follow-up or call around existing listings and sales. Most realtors don't do that. Usually the only ones that do that are the hardcore telemarketers, the Mike Ferry people, those who follow the Floyd Wickman system, which is also called sweat hogs, and you'll also find some people who do the Dirk Zeller system, which you can see his book, Your First Year in Real Estate, which is a really good book. A lot of agents don't do that. Probably the ones that do that are the 1%, and those are the ones that really produce. Most of the agents stumble and fumble around and they bumble around and they don't have a structured approach to generating business. And a lot of times they're always desperate and they're on the dramatic edge of going under because they don't know where their next deal is coming from and they don't have a predictable way of growing their business. One of the things that you're going to want to do with realtors is try to present to them a way that you can help them to structure their business in a way where they can grow it and not have to invest more hours in the business. How do we do that? Well, the greatest way that we can do that is to clearly communicate with them. And you see how I keep pounding on that, of following up, of communicating, by preventing forest fires, by simply going ahead and sending them weekly updates, of calling them, of talking with them, of finding out what's going on with their files. And by doing that, what you're going to find is that you're going to generate a great relationship with the realtors. Now, what a lot of realtors really want from you as a loan officer is one of two things: either kickbacks or they want leads. Now, you can generate leads, and I'm going to talk two different ways about generating leads. But what you're going to want to do more than anything is avoid getting in the trap where you promise them X number of leads. And I've fallen into that trap once or twice, and it has just turned into a painful experience. You always want to avoid starting off the relationship based on being a lead exchange. I many times will develop the relationship into where it does become that, but if I promise the realtor X number of leads, I've now got to spend my time and do their job for them and generate leads that they may or may not respect. That's one of the greatest struggles that I have, is that I can give leads to a realtor, I can call around their listings and sales, I can do the exact script they should have done, but because they didn't work for it, because it has no value, it has no dollar value attached to it, they don't respect it. If I charged them $100 a lead like a call center would, they would respect it. But because I gave it to them for free as a loan officer, they don't. And they don't follow up on it, and they don't treat it like the valuable commodity that it is. So what do we need to do? What do realtors really want? Well, they want a free lunch, and we're not going to give it to them. Those realtors who just want to sit back and do nothing and gripe all the time and occasionally get a deal from their referral base, we don't want to do business with these people. What we want to do is we want to go out and actively prospect our own business, and from that have the privilege of contacting the realtors and finding the ones we want to do business with. If you feel that a realtor is lazy, he probably is. If you have a suspicion that they're not a hard worker, they're probably not. Those that are serious about the business will usually follow one of the sales gurus. Either they'll be a marketing person and do the Craig Proctor system, or if they're into something like Brian Buffini or Joe Stump, they'll try and build a database, but they'll follow up on the referral database religiously. If you get somebody who's going to go out there and be a prospector, you'll get a Mike Ferry person who will pick up the phone and call, a Floyd Wickman person. And if you learn these trainers' names, if you learn about them, you'll learn if somebody says, I'm a Craig Proctorite, I automatically right off the bat know that they're dropping a couple $1,000s a month in marketing, and that they do toll-free numbers already, and that they probably have a website that captures leads. If they're a Mike Ferryite, I already know that they get on the phones every day and they bang the phones. So I know how to talk with them. I understand where they're coming from. And a lot of times you can buy the trainer's materials on eBay for dirt cheap, way cheaper than you could buy it from the actual trainers themselves. And I would encourage you to go ahead and buy a couple of the different trainings just to understand how realtors generate their business, how they go out there and hunt for business. And once you do that, you can have a reliable conversation with new realtors and help share with them different methods that successful realtors use to try to generate business. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is how to generate buyers, how to get people in the pipeline, how to work with them and pre-qualify them, and then hand them off to realtors.